Welcome to After Dusk with Don Piercy, where we're not afraid to talk about things that go bump in the night, with special guest co-hosts and so much more. We're bringing you the facts versus fiction and the history of it all. Remember, it's always darkest before dawn. Tune in every Wednesday at 10:30 and get your bite. We're picking up where we left off on After Dusk with Don Piercy with a continuation from last week to get your bite on.
Finish all that kind of stuff. And I seen Uppsala and Asgard. And I was like, Asgard? I thought that was a fake place. Like, I didn't even know that the gods and goddesses existed until I was doing research. I was like, well, wait a minute. If they're on here, that means that they're real people. And I started doing some more research, and lo and behold, they're actually real freaking people. And I was like, what? You know, I was a little shocked and I was taken aback because I'm sitting there thinking, I thought these were mythical and magical and not born of humans. And I didn't know that they actually walked this earth, but yeah, they did. And they were kings and queens. And I was like, holy shit, what? Mama Shay, what? Just saying. Right. So, and, you know, for our audience, you know, we're getting into, and we've got a new commenting system. Upvote, like, comment, tell us what you think of this episode. Because if we don't, we can't change it up for you. Number one.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And it's like, we want to hear your thoughts too.
Right.
And make those songs interesting.
Yes.
People, don't just like regurgitate some kind of, I mean, like, let's hear your thoughts.
We want input.
Theory, even if it's like super crazy, because that's what helps solve all these kind of problems, or these, you know, I wouldn't say solving problems, but that's what kind of like, you know, like adds to the intensity of the topic, any of our topics. Exactly. Like your comment, your idea may actually kind of help fill in a piece of the puzzle to explain
and not only that,
things that we're talking about.
It can help shape the way that the show's going too, because you know, yeah, we've got gods and goddesses we've covered. We've got angels and demons that we're going to be getting into, and angelology and demonology, and the type of angels and the type of demons and the type of cherubim. We've got the fae. We've got fairy folk. We've got, and I wouldn't mind touching on the frickin' Grimm, because I didn't know what a Grimm was until today. So I was like, oh, okay. You know, it was the king over the land of the gods and the goddesses. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's what I'm doing tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Speak up, speak out, or forever hold your peace.
So I'm going to conclude with this on my end of tonight's show, and it's this. I think the one thing that's clear is that we need God.
Amen.
That humankind needs God, or a belief in something higher
than themselves
at all levels. And everyone, for everyone, there's various levels of your belief and your need for God, but we need God. And why do we need God? We need God because God really, in essence, aside from all the things we've discussed tonight, is a focal point in which we put our hopes, dreams, and aspirations. It's what the image of God, whatever that is, the ideas of God, whatever God you worship, is what for your culture, or even not, because there's so much cross-cultural religion now where different cultures may actually believe in a different God that's different, that's not of their cultural heritage. But what God does is provide a focal point for us to kind of cleanse our mind of our worries and our troubles, and kind of gives us like a guiding point or a focal point in which to kind of be able to move forward into our lives. God and the religion that the religions, the various beliefs that come with it, or gods, the various beliefs and religions that come with them, give us like structure. It gives us order. It helps instruct us how to live our lives.
Right.
And I will leave with this thought, is that even some of the staunchest atheists believe in this one thing, that God does not exist. And that is a focal point and a religion almost into itself for them. That's what gets them through, because only truly the strongest of souls and hearts,
I look at it like this.
Back and say that there is no God, there is nothing, and we are all just a random act.
And see, I feel sorry for people that don't believe in God. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel really sorry for people that don't believe in God. Number one, how could you not? Okay, something has created our air, has created our plants, has created this earth itself, has created the atmosphere. It has to do with matter, and atoms and nucleuses, and it gets down into the quantum physics of it. There is, I don't know if you want to call it God, if you want to call it a source, okay? But there is a higher power, and I choose to call that God, okay? And for me, that sets and brings my family morals and values, right, and my guidelines and what I need to follow on a daily basis to have integrity, to be a noble person, in my daily life as a person, that what I'm doing, isn't self-centered, but more God-centered. Because I think it's important to have charity in your heart. I don't think anybody has anything without charity in their heart, to be honest. Okay?
Right.
And that's a good place to start. And if you could spread God's love through doing kind things for people or bringing something to people to educate people, then that's what you're supposed to do. Whether you get paid or not. You're not supposed to get paid for breathing. I mean, good grief. These millennials would want a fucking penny for chewing gum. Oh, chewing gum, you give me a penny. No, I'm sorry, but that's so retarded. This nation is so freaking dumbed down, okay? Yeah. If you tell them to go eat Tide Pods and sit, spin, and die, they're going to fucking do it. And it's sad, is what it is. It's sad.
Oh.
Tide Pods. Pooh. Choke. Just choke.
You gotta admit, Satan has a great sense of humor.
Tide Pods.
There is no God.
Really?
By the way, Tide Pods are delicious.
That'd be like telling somebody, drink bleach. It kills germs.
Yes.
But are you going to go do it? Are you going to, if someone jumped off a bridge and died, would you follow them just because they jumped?
If you were convincing enough and they looked up to you enough, yes.
Right.
Some humans would.
And that's where it comes to the terms of sheeple.
Yep.
Sheeple, and the dumbing down of society. And it is. They've really dumbed it down. I'm just saying, there are so many.
I'm trying to be politically and socially correct for the show at the moment. We may get into these topics. I've tried.
At some point, yeah.
So yes.
I mean, the last night, one of in season 1 in the history of America's, we got into, are you a human being or are you freaking exploiter? Thanks for tuning in to After Dusk with Dawn Piercy. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed it, like, share, subscribe, and tune in next Wednesday for the next part in our web series at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you feel fit to buy me a cup of coffee once a month for bringing you this series, you can do so at our Anchor.fm platform under a new podcast. Until next time, keep it real.